Hello and happy Thursday. This is Barbara Reed, the Wexford Stamper, and it is Thursday, Facebook Live with the Wexford Stamper. It is 3 o'clock, and I try to be prompt for all my stamping friends. And we are going to get starting very shortly. Please message or comment as you're coming in so I know who we have here. Today we're going to be doing another project using the Nothing's Better Than bundle. So we're going to be making this adorable chocolate box. But before we get into the project, I wanted to talk a little bit about some of our upcoming events. Now, our next event that we are going to have is next Monday, not this Monday coming up, but the 17th, and that's Stamp of the Month. And that's going to be online, as it will be probably for a few months to come. And surprise, the Nothing's Better Than bundle is the one we are going to be highlighting for that, for that class. So I've got more tricks up my sleeve with this amazing bundle. Dory is going to contribute a cocktails card. We are actually going to be making this chocolate box during class. So you're getting a preview. And also a cute little coffee gift card holder. So come and join us on the 17th. We'll make 3 projects. They are free with a $30 order or $15 for the class fee. And another thing that's coming up shortly is our cards, carols, and cupcakes. And this is another online event. And we are going to have 3 of these events, one in August, September, October. You should be getting some of your invites. Hi, Mary. Hi, Deb. You should be getting some of your invites on Facebook, so keep a look for those. This event is on Sunday, August 23rd at 2 p.m. That is a Sunday afternoon. And Dory and I will be demonstrating 5 different Christmas cards. Now, I have the 2 that I'm going to be demonstrating here. I'm taking mine, I'm featuring the Snowflake Splendor set bundle. And these are the 2 cards that I'm going to demonstrate. Beautiful colors in this suite. I just love it. Lots of great embellishments. So I will demonstrate 2. Dory will demonstrate 3. And then in your card kit, you will have enough materials to make 3 of each card. And that's 15 cards and envelopes total. So that will be on the 23rd, but then again in September and October. So you have a chance to make 45 cards. And remember, our designs will change from month to month. So that makes it a lot more exciting. So this is a great event. You can order your kits following the event. And the class fee for that is $30, or you can get all those cards free with a $50 catalog order. So that is another one. And then another event that's coming up in early September is our PJs and paper party. And this is going to be a great fun. In the past, we have had Designer Series paper shares, but we are really kind of upping our game on this one. You will be getting a box that looks just like this with a special gift tag for the PJs and paper party kit. And inside, you will be getting an embellishment pack, and then you're going to be getting a Designer Series paper share for every single piece of Designer Series paper in the new mini catalog, August to December. And that's 144 sheets. But not only are you going to get those, we are going to give you the materials to make these 3 cute little Christmas cards, and we're going to teach you a trick on how to get the most out of your paper, your 6x6 paper. And you're going to make those 6 cards, and then we have these 6 cute little 3D projects we're going to make as well. Okay, so we have a little pouch that you can put some candy in. We have a small gift bag with a card. And these are all made out of 6x6 sheets. And then this adorable little gift card holder. I love this paper. but we're going to teach you how to make them, and then you can make them yourself using any of the 6x6 paper in the kit. So we are really excited about that. I can't wait for the PJs and paper party. You can put in your order for your kit anytime, and your order must be in by August 28th if you want to participate during the event, because we're going to be putting everything together, and there's going to be prizes and funny stuff. You know that with the two of us. So join us for the PJs and paper party, and if you have any questions about either of those, please let me know. All righty, well, let's get back into our project for today. For our project today, we are going to be using the Nothing's Better Than photopolymer set and the amazing dies. Okay, and for some of the little labels on this box, we're going to be using some of the dies from the Stitched So Sweetly, but you can use whatever you have around. So these are the three main products we're going to be using. Now, I did one on this on Tuesday where we made the little cookie bag, and we made a card too, and I can't find that card. It was the cookie card, but it was something like this one. This one says, "You're just like cocktails." But it was a basic one like this, but about cookies. But this shows the versatility, because this set talks that you can talk about cocktails, chocolate, cookies, and coffee. And that pretty much covers a lot of the conversations that we have. So this is adorable set, very retro, made by, designed by Connie Stewart for her special set for hitting the $1 million mark in her earnings. So congratulations to Connie, and great job on that design. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get started on our box. Here, I'll show you what I have here. This is the box we're going to be making today, and I'll show you what I have inside here. These were a great find. These are the Russell Stover's Big Bites. They're like giant Russell Stover candies from the box, and it fits perfectly in our little treat box. And I think that's a perfect gift for, I can think of a lot of people who could use a little bit of chocolate these days. How about you guys? So let's go ahead and get started on this. I'm going to put it over here for now. And I'm going to bring in a piece of Coastal Cabana cardstock. And this is cut at 5 inches by 11 inches. And don't worry about any of the dimensions, because by the weekend, all the dimensions and the tutorials will be on my blog. All right, so this piece is 5 inches by 11 inches. And we are going to score on the long side at 1, 5, 6, 10. Keeping it easy today. No complicated measurements. And on the short side, 1 and 4. That's it. How about that? Pretty simple. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and get my bone folder, and we're going to go ahead and do some creasing on these score lines. Hope everybody is having a good day. Here it is, Thursday again. The days kind of run together. I'm not really sure if I'm looking forward to the weekend, because we're going to kind of be doing the same thing. But I have picked up a new hobby, like I have time for it, but a member of my team is attempting to teach me how to sew. So I'm going to be actually doing some sewing this weekend. So get ready for me. I am going to be the sewing queen. Not really, but we'll see how that goes. But I'm kind of excited to have a little time to myself to do some sewing maybe this weekend. All right. I went ahead and I folded on and creased on all my score lines. Okay, now I'm going to hold it in the landscape position, and I'm going to cut up and wedge, take a little wedge out of each of these flaps. You guys know the drill. Okay, then we're going to do it here. Same thing, we're going to go up to the first horizontal score line, and then cut off the edges of those to make them easier to go inside the box so they won't peek out when we put the box together. Same thing on the bottom. Okay, there we go. Oh, thank you, Deborah. Oh, talk to Mary, my Mary. Mary Harshall is teaching me, Mary. And I will show you a project. I'm going to try and finish something today. I mean, this weekend. She actually helped me buy a used sewing machine and went shopping with me to get fabric and everything. She has been a doll. So, all right, here is our box so far. Now, before we put it together, we're going to go ahead and put our pieces on the front. But before we can do that, we actually have to make this. This here, right here, looks like it's designer series paper, but it's really not. It is actually some stamping. So I'm going to bring in that small panel that I used to make that top of the box. And then I'm going to bring in the photopolymer stamp that has the little tiny chocolates. I'm going to take my Memento black ink and I'm going to kind of stamp randomly on here, covering it with the chocolates. Now remember, a lot of these won't be seen because of the large label on the front. Let me see if I can go over this. This could be scary. I'm going to try. They're not too bad. All right, so now I'm going to go back and I'm going to color with my blends. Now the blend I like to use is the light crumb cake. So I'm going to go ahead and take my blend and I'm just going to color in each of these little chocolates with my squeaky blend. He's deciding to squeak today. And I'm going to stick with just the light because I'm going to pretend they're like the yummy milk chocolate ones. I don't really like the dark chocolate, so I'm going to stick with the crumb cake here. But we're just going to go ahead and go over all these little chocolates. Yes, Mary Harshall has been a doll. She is so patient with me. She was trying to teach me how to thread a bobbin. Oh my God, that was something to see because it was a new machine that obviously she'd never seen and I was absolutely no help. But we muddled through and we figured it out. So now I know how to do the bobbins and I actually made a project with her at her house. So she's been such a doll. My mom was such an awesome sewer and I just did not get that gene. So here I am, age 50-10. I'm going to try to start sewing. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. All right. Okay, there we go. There is all our cute little chocolates. Now, before we finish, I'm going to bring in the tiny little asterisks. This is such a little retro design. I love this. I put it on as many of the projects as I could because I thought it was so cute. So I'm going to go ahead and take in Coastal Cabana. I'm just going to very gently go around in some of the white space and stamp this tiny little asterisk. Isn't he cute? Oh, he's cute. All right, now I'm gonna rinse him off a little bit and I'm gonna bring in my Flirty Flamingo because that is our contrasting color for this. And I am going to add a couple Flirty Flamingos. Doesn't that just make the box look so cute? It kind of looks like the Jetsons or something. I don't know. Every time I see this little asterisk, I think of the Jetsons. Something's wrong with me, I know. Okay, so there we go. There is our front panel. So we magically designed a piece of designer series paper. Go us. All right, now let's go ahead and pull this in. And we're going to take a piece of the early espresso, and that's going to lay directly on top of the box lid. And then we are going to put this piece on top of that. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to get my glue. And I'm going to go ahead and first I'm going to stick my Whisper White beautifully designed DSP right onto my early espresso. And I'll have dimensions and everything on my blog, so you won't have to try to figure out yourself. I know that can be frustrating. So then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put that entire panel right on the top of the box. Okay. Then I'm going to come in with my little 1-inch circle punch, and I'm going to punch out a little spot here in the front for your finger. See, like here, so you can put your thumb there and it's easier to open your box. All right, so let's go ahead. It's time to put the box together. So I'm going to just take my Tombow and put a little bit on each of the flaps. Now you can use tear and tape, or you can use that Stampin' Plus. That's really great for 3D items as well. So I am a lover of Tombow, and I pretty much use it all the time now. I just love it. It gives you that little bit of time to fix your oops. You can slide it around a little bit. When you use the tear and tape or you use the plus, once it's down, it's down. So this gives you a little extra time. Now I glued those down onto there. And now if you look at my box here, this is all that's stuck onto the lid. So the other 4 tabs are going to go on the base. So here's our base. So I'm going to take the 4 tabs, and you're bending your tab back behind the panel, and you're lining up the edge of the panel with the fold all the way around. Remember, this is the base, and this is going to have 4 tabs connected. So let's go ahead and pull that up like that. And one more, and we'll have our box all together. I love that it gives you a little chance to move things around, but once it's dry, you're good. You're good. It'll never come off. Sometimes with the dry adhesive, when it's in a very dry or a very humid environment, they can peel apart. But once you glue something, it's good for good. All right, there we go. We have our box ready. Now we just need to put our little label together. Now what I did here is I pulled these labels from the Stitched So Sweetly dies. These are from in the annual catalog. I use these an awful lot. This one is in the Coastal Cabana, and then the next one in here is just Whisper White. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and do my stamping on here, and if you look here on this box, it says chocolate because adulting is hard. So I'm going to bring in my early espresso, and I'm going to put the because adulting is hard at the bottom of this label. And we would all agree with that, especially these days. Very hard. Plans are changing all the time. There we go. So we got that down on there. All right, let's go ahead and make this really cool chocolate embellishment. Okay, to make the chocolate embellishment, we're going to use something called foam sheets. And what it is, it's like a giant dimensional. And if you think about that, how could that even be bad, right? We love dimensionals, so how would we not like one big giant dimensional? And this is what we use to cut out to make the lift that is on that chocolate there. Okay, that's cut out using Flirty Flamingo, but the entire word is on one big dimensional. Isn't that so cool? So you don't have to worry about, if you want a word like this on dimensionals, trying to cut the tiny, tiny little mini dimensionals to fit behind. Oh, that would be a lot of trouble. This makes it so easy. So let me show you what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to take our chocolate, and this is one of the dies from the set, okay? That says chocolate. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pull in our Flirty Flamingo, and what I do so I do not waste too much of the foam, because we just want to make sure we have enough and don't want to put a lot to waste. You cut out a piece of your Flirty Flamingo, just the right size, okay, to cut out your chocolate word. Okay, so then we're going to take that piece over here to my piece of foam, and I'm going to just lay it down here on the edge, and I'm going to cut around it. So the foam is the exact same size as that piece of Flirty Flamingo. And that's all we're going to use. All right, so what you have to do first is you're going to take off one of the backings on the foam sheet, and you're going to lay your Flirty Flamingo right on there so it sticks. All right, now the magic happens. Okay, we're going to put this away here, and we're going to put that right on top of there. And I'm going to bring in my die cutting machine, which will be the new Stamp Cut and Emboss machine tomorrow. I am getting my new die cut machine tomorrow, and I am super excited, and I'm going to try to do an unboxing if I think of it. So this may be the last time we see this old Big Shot on Facebook Live. So let's all have a moment of silence as we move the rickety old Big Shot. There we go. Actually, this is Mary Harshall's Big Shot because mine fell apart. And I was just going to wait. I'm saying I'm not going to get another one of those because I'm waiting for the new one. So Mary will get hers back. All right, so I went through twice, and it cut it right out. Now, the easiest way to do this without taking off any of the backing on the words is carefully taking it out and trying to keep the chocolate as together as possible. Okay, there we go. If you keep it in the die, it won't get moved around so much, but then you have to go back and you need to look for any of the little circles. Let me turn this over. This is my pick tool. I'm going to go with the pointy end here, and we're going to try to take out or remove any of the little pieces that are inside of the letters, like the loop inside the E, the loop inside the A, and you just take your pick tool and go through those, and you want to try to keep your word inside your die if possible, because that will be less times you're touching it, because it's really sticky. If you touch it, it's going to stick to your fingers, and then you're going to pull it. So try to keep it in the die as long as you can till it's time to put it on your project. I've got one more here. There we go. All of the little pieces are out. I'm going to bring my label in, and now I'm going to turn my chocolate over, and I'm going to put it right on my label, press down, and then you just take the die off, and voila, you've got a cute little chocolate word, and there it is. Is that not so cute? Goodness gracious. All right, so let's go ahead and finish our label by putting this directly on to the Coastal Cabana larger label. Isn't that so cute? I just love that. All right, now let's go ahead and bring in our box. And we are going to go ahead and we're going to put this down on the top of the box with dimensionals. Okay, so I'm going to grab some regular size dimensionals, get them on the back here. Anybody else have projects they're going to be working on this weekend? I will show you my sewing next week if I get it done. I'm working on some very basic projects. Remember, I'm new at it and I'm not going to be making any fancy clothing or anything. So we'll see how it goes. I will let you know next week. But I got a great coach. All right, so there is the label on the top. Now, I also went and I stamped one of the chocolate images on a piece of Whisper White, colored it with the crumb cake blends, and put it through the die cut machine. So that is going to go right on top as well. I'm going to turn that over and I'm going to use 2 more dimensionals on here. And then we're almost done. I'll show you a neat trick for my ribbon. All right, there goes the chocolates on top. Oh gosh, I can't stand it. So cute. All right, so now what we have left here is our Flirty Flamingo ribbon. Now, I did not have any Flirty Flamingo ribbon, but there is one great tip that has helped me with many projects that I might not have the corresponding ribbon that I need. And that is the Magic Crinkled Seam Binding Ribbon. This is in white. This is in the annual catalog. It's beautiful. You can use this for your projects because you can use your blends to color it. So I'm going to bring in my Flirty Flamingo blend, and I'm going to pull off the end of the brush tip. And watch this, guys. I'm just going to take my tip and I'm going to just go over the ribbon. It dries very quickly, and with one pass, you have both the front and the back colored in. It goes right through, so it doesn't really take very long to color it. So get some of this crinkle seam binding in your stash, because then you can always make ribbon that's going to match your projects. I love this stuff. All right, so there it is. Look at that, front and back, beautifully pink. Isn't that cool? All right, so let's go ahead and tie our bow using our new fabulous Flirty Flamingo ribbon. Okay, and the seam binding is nice and soft and very easy to tie. So it makes bow tying a wonderful experience. All right, so there we go. I'm going to make it a little smaller. I think he's a little too big for the box. There we go. All right, now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to, let's do it this way, cut off the ends, and there is my bow. So easy. All right, now I'm going to grab my glue dots and I'm going to go ahead and using my glue dots, I'm going to place my ribbon right down on one of the glue dots right on the knot. And then, oh, this guy still has some of those foamy things on him. All right, let's try again. And then I'm going to grab it from underneath the glue dot, and then I can put it right on my box. And there it is. There is the box. And I actually have another one of these Russell Stover Big Bites to put in here. Now, would that not be a fabulous gift for somebody after a long day? I have so many teacher friends that are going to need mountains and mountains of chocolate to get through this school year. So I think that would be such a great, great gift. So that is my project for today. Remember that I will be putting all the dimensions and all the details on my blog by the end of the week. Next week, I'm going to be doing some back to school gifts. The kids are getting ready. Believe it or not, we don't know what kind of school they're going to have, but they're going to be going back to school very shortly. I have some really cute gifts that you can give to a student or to a teacher, just to tell them that you're thinking about them and know that times are very challenging for them. So stay tuned. Next week, we will be doing some back to school gifts. All right, take care. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.